Mars in the first house can make you overly aggressive. So you have to learn when you shouldn't get angry. As in, you shouldn't get angry at all towards others through yourself. It gives you a very dominant and persistent, passionate personality, which when you first come across people, they think you're someone who's very angry or irritated or dominant. So you have to be careful when Mars is in the first house that you curb your anger, you curb your dominance, as in you're not overly dominant and you're not overly angry. Mars in the second house would be where you have anger towards what you own, as in you're like, I own this, I own this, I own this. And if anyone messes with your personal possessions, your clothing, or they mess with your bank account balance, you'll get angry. You might be the type of person who doesn't want to share his own personal finance with others. Mars in the third house is where you have a very aggressive communication style. You're very aggressive and assertive towards others. So you need to learn how to communicate in a way that is less angry. Mars in the fourth house, which means you have a lot of energy and exuberance at home, as in you're able to get a lot of things done at home and you gain all your energy when you're at home or when you're in a car. This is a placement that can create road rage when you're driving your car. So you have to be careful here as well. You don't get overly angry and annoyed when driving your car. If someone cuts you up in the middle of your lane, you shouldn't really get angry. Mars in the fifth house. This is where you shouldn't drive a motorcycle, shouldn't ride a bike, and shouldn't ride a moped. This is the placement where you should not be riding two-wheeled objects like motorcycles, bikes. Don't do that. Mars in the sixth house. This is a great placement. This is where you can challenge your enemies in an alpha and dominant way, where you don't take any nonsense from your enemies and you're able to fight back your enemies with a lot of alpha dominance. Mars in the seventh house is not a good placement, as in all your anger and frustration goes on to your marriage partner or business partner. This is where you got to learn how to manage your anger once again. All these placements is where you need to manage your anger. So if you see Mars in that house, that's the house where you have to manage your anger and not get angry in that house. Mars in the eighth house is where you have anger issues towards people of actually no, I wouldn't say that. You have anger issues when it comes to assets, foreign assets you own, as in you could get angry with occult knowledge as well, as in, or you could be overly passionate about the occult. This is where you have to try not to be too passionate, try not to be too dominant, try not to be too angry when it comes to occult matters. Mars in the ninth house is when you have to be not get angry when traveling at the airport. If your flight's delayed, if you have problems at the airport, try not to get angry with the people at the airport. Try to be considerate and understanding of what's happening if you get delays at the airport. Mars in the 10th house is when you have all your passion goes towards your workplace. So you have workplace passion, but you have to try not to be too passionate. When someone's overly passionate, it's not good. It can blindside you for other aspects you have. So when you're at your workplace, try not to get angry at your workplace. Mars in the 11th house, try not to get angry at your friends. Still assert your alphaness, but try not to get angry at your friends with Mars in the 11th house. And finally, Mars in the 12th house. This is where you will have anger issues towards jails and mental health institutions. If you ever get put in jail or put in a mental health institution, try not to get angry. Try to resolve the issue through understanding, through compassion through realistic views. Try not to get too angry if you're ever put in jail or a mental health asylum. Also, with this placement, you can also get angry if you travel to far away foreign countries, as in you could get angry that your flight is once again too long, and you can get angry and frustrated. So this is the placement where you have to learn how to curb your anger, try not to get frustrated, and try not to be too over dominating. All right, thank you.